Hello, people of YouTube. This is Gray's Guitars. I am Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. So today we are going to be talking about Firefly Guitars customer service, their exchange, things along those lines. So I technically have two double necks right now. This is the first one that arrived. And so just for a reference, this area right here where the necks rest, so here to here, does have some extra padding to it. This, no padding whatsoever. This, as you can see, is nice and fluffy and padded. But then if you look right here, you're probably thinking, what is that little whammo? And let's get a close-up of that right there. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to flip the case. Let's lock it up, just so it doesn't go flying. At least do two latches. It's only a 3-latch case, which is pretty nice. So we're going to lift this up right here. And there's your whammo. So during shipping, something very sharp punctured the case. And you're probably thinking, well, is the guitar fine? You know what happened to the guitar? The guitar itself, there's the cat. Apparently, he can't leave me alone when I'm sitting on the floor. Apparently, the guitar was fine, but at the same time, there is a quality control issue with that guitar where the 6-string neck, ironically not the 12-string, you would think there'd be an issue, if any issue with the neck, it would be the 12-string side being significantly more tension. The issue actually arises from the 6-string side, and there is a little bit of a twist in the headstock. Not 100% sure if it affects the neck, but I saw that and I was like immediately like, yeah, between the case and the twist, I would like an exchange. So let's go ahead and look at the guitar, and then I will show you what differences, what the difference is between the two. Alright, so we're going to start on the one I actually did the demo with, so there you go. And just to prove that there's two of them, here we go, side by side. You can see both the bodies. This is the one I'm keeping. That's the one that needs to be exchanged. So if you look at the top of the headstock, everything looks pretty solid, nothing too bad. And we go down here, down the fretboard. Everything looks pretty straight. And then we're going to do the same with the 12 over here. Everything looks pretty straight and even. Go down the neck. Same thing. They are a little weird to put in stands. And then now looky here. Ooh, that looks crooked. Yep, so just there's your B. Let's go back to A. So this one's looking pretty straight, dead on. This one's looking a little shifty. And now, if we go down the neck, a little bit there, the fretboard doesn't look too bad. Maybe a little bit on the left-hand side, if you see what I'm seeing. It's a little kind of hard to pick up on camera because it's not super focusing it. And then we go to the 12-string. And this one's looking pretty good. This one actually has a nicer headstock than the one I'm keeping. If you look at the top of the headstock here, we got a little, I don't know, paint touch-up. There's some sort of crap on there. It's not a ding, or maybe they dinged it at the factory and then touched it up. And there's like this little spot too. But that's really no big deal. Maybe I'll just rip this neck out. No, I'm kidding. If it was bolt-on, I'd be tempted to. But no. So, yeah, this looks good here. Going down looks good here as well. So now we will go ahead and do the front-facing view of both of these. So here we go. Two Firefly double necks side by side. This is the one that I'm keeping. This is the one that I don't know what's happening with. And the reason I say I don't know what's happening with it is because they haven't gotten back to me to tell me if I need to ship it back or not, or want me to destroy it, or do I just keep it? They don't charge me any extra money. I have no idea. As of right now, I have only paid for one of these, and I was under the assumption that with the exchange, I would be sending this one back and then keeping the new one they sent me, because I had issues with this one, no issues with this one, minus, a little bit more finish issues, but minor stuff, playability-wise, perfectly fine. So I emailed them initially when I got the issue saying, hey, the case was punctured, the neck's got a twist in it, the 6-string neck has a twist in it, I would like, basically, what's going to happen here. So they then started by saying they would give me a $50 credit, and I was like, well, no, the neck is not going to play very good. The neck is probably never going to play proper because there's a little bit of a twist in it. Maybe, I should set it up and find out. I never did fully set this one up, but I saw the headstock and I was like, yeah, not dealing with that with the case. No, I would like an exchange. So then they said, okay, $90 credit. And then I was like, no, I just need an exchange. That's basically what I said. I was like, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to get my money back. I still want the guitar. I just want a different one. Please send me a shipping label. And then I will send you and ship the new guitar out. And once you give me the shipping label, I will ship the old guitar back to you. And then didn't really hear anything for a couple of days. And then the following week, Wednesday, it seems like they only respond to you because I believe they are working straight out of China. So they will only respond to you Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights. I think they're like 13 hours ahead. At least my time, they're 13 hours. I think they're like 13 hours ahead or something. 12 hours ahead. Somewhere between 11 and 13 hours ahead. So it's almost like it's almost like a half day ahead of us. So, there's a long wait time in between communication with the people from Firefly or Guitar Garden. That's the website too. We go to order the Fireflies. It's guitarsgarden.com, I believe. And they did finally get back to me. They wanted a couple pictures of basically the guitar back in the case, back in the box. And I was like, okay, I put it back in the case. I put the plastic around it, both the guitar and the case itself. Gave them pictures of the beat up shipping box because there is a hole in the shipping box. I can show you that a little later too. And then I sent them to them, and they were like, okay, we'll do the exchange. This is a couple weeks, and it took a couple weeks for them to finally respond. And then they said, okay, here's the new tracking info for the new one. And I was like, great. Are you going to send me a shipping label for this one? This guy. And no response. About a week later, this guy comes in the mail. I was like, all right, let me open it up. I like to let them sit for 24 hours. It's a polyurethane finish. A lot of people say you don't have to, but I always like to be better safe than sorry. Me letting it sit in the box for a day, not the end of the world. Keep in mind, the box was actually partially open when I got it, so I was freaking out a little bit. But besides like one little small dent in the case, really no issues. As I said, there's a couple of finish issues on this one. This one also has a finish issue or two, but not as many as this one. It's not a big deal cosmetically. It's all cosmetic, so it's not playability wise. For a guitar in this price point where it's $399.91 plus shipping, which I think gets it to just under $430 to ship to your house, which for a double neck, not bad. I'm not going to complain about some minor cosmetic issues, especially since the front of it, the piece that everybody sees, that looks good. The cosmetic issues, a little bit on the headstock, a little bit on the heel joint. It looks like maybe some like white stuff got under the paint or something. But as I said, not a major deal. This one has it too. Obviously, it's a larger guitar, harder to paint. Makes sense. The only other issue I have with these is, ironically, both of the neck pickups on the 6-string side are microphonic. So if you don't know what that means if you turn the volume up too much, or you turn the gain up too much, your guitar amp starts screaming at you. So I really like the neck pickup in this one, and I like the bridge pickup in the 6-string. So that's usually how I have it, so I don't have that issue too much. But it's just kind of funny to me that literally the same pickup in both of these guitars are microphonic. And that I'm not super worried about. I may try to do a video where I attempt to wax pot the neck pickup in this. Because I did end up plugging this one in too, and it has the same exact issue. So I'm not 100% positive if it's actually microphonic, as if it has to do something with the wiring. But reading up online, they're covered pickups, not more so than the uncovered pickups, seem to have an issue where you get them in their microphonic. And a lot of old guitar pickups were like that because the pickups were not wax potted. I believe these are wax potted. It just means that they aren't really doing it correctly. They're not making sure all the air bubbles get out of it. Essentially, what the issue happens with covered pickups is if the wax doesn't fill in on the top of the pickup here, there's a little bit of space between right here, so the actual bobbins, and then the case. And when it vibrates, it gives you a very unwanted squeal noise that nobody likes. So that is why eventually they figured out, hey, if we wax pot these, that solves the issue. And if you do it right, usually it doesn't cause a problem. If you're not doing it right, like in both of these guitar cases, you get that unwanted squeal at higher volumes. Now, I'm not currently gigging, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not like, I'm going to return it because of this one issue. And you can get a new neck pickup, any generic brand, for $15 realistically. So I can kind of just I can either replace it or I can try to wax pot it. And I've never wax potted a pickup before, so I might try to do that. I have a candle warmer, which will heat up wax, and it doesn't superheat it up. So if it fits in where the candle is warmed up, I might just cram it in the wax and see what happens. Another thing I was thinking about doing is, because I'm pretty confident these are already wax potted. Not sure about the uncovered ones, but I have seen ones where other YouTubers take these pickups, the covers off, and there's a bunch of wax underneath. I might just try to lay this flat and hit the back of it with a heat gun, hoping that the wax melts enough to get to the top to stop causing that problem. So that may be something too. I'm really thankful it's not happening on the 12-string part of it, because double the strings, double the problems, if you will. But because it's happening on the 6-string, take off the strings real quick, pop the pickup out, take it out of the pickup ring, obviously. You want to cover everything up because you don't want to melt the plastics. Maybe I might even take the pick guard off. That might be a better option, just so I don't, depending on it depends how much lead there is. But as of right now, I have 2 guitars as of right now. So just kind of getting back to the point here. It took a little while, but they did finally agree to the exchange, which I'm very thankful for. I got what I wanted. It works great, plays fantastic, sounds good too, minus the microphonic neck pickup on the 6-string version. And I have not got a response in like a week now. So over a week. I messaged them the first time, after I got the guitar, saying, "Cool, I got the guitar. Are you going to send me a shipping label to return this thing?" And then nothing. So a couple days later, I was like, "Okay, are you going to send?" Basically the same thing. Are you going to send me a shipping label to return this? And I haven't heard a response. They did not double charge me, so I haven't paid for one of these. Technically, one of these right now I have for free, but am I going to try to sell this one? I don't even know what I should do at this point. I mean, I feel like I'm just going to hold on to it for a couple of months, see if they get back to me, and then if not, I'll probably sell it for $200, because I'm pretty confident there's an issue with the neck, the 6-string neck on this, but somebody could still set it up. I haven't set it up. I might do that too, but somebody can still definitely play the 12-string on this thing, even if they're having some issues with the 6-string. So that's why I just sell it for cheaper, because you have to disclose that kind of information as well. But let me show you the box, and then we will wrap. So this is how the box arrived. So that is why I think this was what did it. Something hard and sharp, definitely one of these. This one goes straight through. Definitely punctured the case, which is why the case has that big whammo in the back of it. In terms of the case, we'll go over here for a quick second. This one does have the same problem, where technically the headstock's not touching this, because there's no padding on this whatsoever. This is just like wood with fabric on it. But at the same time, it's good enough, I guess I would say. You can't, for the price of the guitar, comes with a hard shell case. It does its job. Both of them didn't arrive with broken headstock, so apparently it's working enough where there's enough space there where it doesn't smash the tip of the headstock. I mean, I'm assuming if you dropped this from 10 feet, you'd probably snap the 12-string headstock off, but realistically, that's not going to happen, especially now that I have no intention of whipping this case around, especially since the combined weight of the case and the guitar is probably 20 pounds, I'm going to guess. When I weighed this one weighed 13, slightly over 13 pounds. The one that I'm keeping weighed slightly under 12. So it was like 11 pounds and like 14 ounces or something. So literally just shy of 12 pounds. So that's what you're going to get, plus the weight of the case, which probably adds another 7 to 10 pounds. So I would say easily 20 pounds that you're hauling around, which compared to the weight of a cabinet is nothing when those things weigh like 80 pounds. But I just wanted to go over with you my experience with the exchanging a guitar on Firefly. They were pretty nice. They worked with me, as I said. I had to push them just a little bit because they were trying to offer me a credit where in my case, I needed an exchange. If you get something that's semi-damaged but fully working, definitely message them because they may give you a $90 credit. And that definitely helps as well. But if you have a twisted guitar neck or something majorly wrong, they will do an exchange. But keep in mind, it's going to take a little while for them to get back to you. As I said, a couple weeks for me to actually get the new guitar to my house, 2-3 weeks. They will only respond to you on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So what that means is send your message out Tuesday night, because that is Wednesday morning for them in China if they are responding directly from China. And then do not expect a message over the weekend. Do not expect to get a message Monday or Tuesday. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it seemed to be consistent. Those were always the days I got a response, were just those 3 days. So maybe that's when their customer service person is in the factory. I am not really 100% sure on that one. But thank you, Firefly, for working with me. Greatly appreciative. If I need to return this guitar, please email me. You have my email. I have a big long email chain. I sent you pictures, showed you the issues, went over everything with you. I have the new guitar now. If you want this one back, I will send it back to you, providing you email me a shipping label. I'll print the shipping label out, put it back on the box it came with, send it out UPS. You sent it through UPS to me as well. And then you will have this back. If you don't want it back, that's fine too. I will, if you want me to destroy it, that's fine. That could be a cool video with me lighting this on fire or something. If you prefer me to destroy the guitar, or I can attempt to sell it and make a couple $100. I may do that as well. Obviously I have to, put a disclaimer in there about the neck, things along those lines. So, I just want to know what I'm doing with this thing, because as of right now, it's just sitting in a room, not being used, and nothing's happening with it. My cat likes to sit on top of the case sometimes, so I need to put this back together and put it back in the box. But it's going to be sitting in a box for at least 2 months. I'm not going to do anything for 2 months, 2 months to 90 days, because technically, I don't think this is technically my guitar. I think it's their guitar. They just never sent me a shipping label to send it back to them. So I don't know what's going on with that. And as I said, if they never do, then we'll go from there. As I said, if they never do it, I'm probably just going to either sell it or give it away or do something with it, because it's semi-defective and taking up too much space in my house, because this case is gargantuan. I mean, it's a double neck. Of course the case is going to be gargantuan. But let me know if your thoughts too. Thoughts, comments, all that fun stuff. Hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell, like, share. And then as always, have a good one.